Hello friends, today we are going to learn about loops in Python programming language. So loop statements allows executing a statement or group of statements n number of times. So in Python program there are three types of loops. First one, while loop, for loop and nested loops. There is no do while loop in Python. So coming to the while loop, the syntax will be like this: while expression colon statement. So when the expression is evaluated and it becomes true, then statements or group of statements are executed repeatedly until the expression becomes false. So first condition is evaluated. If it is true, it will execute the code block and then again will go and check the condition. If again the condition is true, we are going to execute the code block. This way it will execute n number of times. Once the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop. So let us see an example. So here count equals to 0. So here you are checking, is 0 less than 5? Yes, that is true. So it will print the count is 0. The count is 0 is printed. Then count will be incremented by 1. Now count becomes 1. And again it will go and check 1 is less than 5. Yes, true. So count, it is printing. So second statement is printed. Now again count becomes plus 1, that means 2. So 2 is less than 5. So it is printed, count is 2. Now count plus 1, that is count becomes 3. So 3 is less than 5. So print statement will execute. So count is 3 is printed. Then again count value is incremented by 1. Now count becomes 4. 4 is less than 5. So again it will print the statement count is 4. Again count value is incremented by 1. Now count becomes 5 and it will go and check the condition, is 5 less than 5? No. So the condition becomes false. Then it will come out of the loop and it will execute the print statement goodbye. So this is how your output will be. Using else statement with while loop. If the else statement is used within a while loop, the else statement is executed when the condition becomes false. For example, count equals to 10 and you are checking the condition count is less than 5. So 10 is less than 5 is a false statement. So else statement is executed when the condition becomes false. So this becomes false. So you are coming here and you will print count is not less than 5. So output is 10 is not less than 5. Now let us learn the next one, for loop. The syntax of for loop is for iterating variable in sequence colon. A block of statements or a single statement. So if a sequence contains an expression list, it is evaluated first. So the first item of the sequence is assigned to the iterating variable and next the block of statements are executed. So each item in the list is assigned to iterating variable and the statement block is executed until the entire sequence is exhausted. So here it will be like this. First item in the sequence is assigned to iterative variable and it will come and execute the statements. Then it will go and take the second item in the sequence. It will execute the executable statements. Again it will go. So this loop will repeatedly done until there are no more items in the sequence. Once the sequence is exhausted, now it will come out of the for loop. Now let us see the example. S1 is a sequence. It contains a CSE string. So first statement is taking a variable called iterative variable, a letter from S1. So S1, each letter is taken into letter and you are going to print current letter is so and so. So first time it will be printing current letter is C. Second time it will be printing current letter is S. Third time it will be printing current letter is E. So this sequence is exhausted. So you are coming out of the for loop. Now see the next one, fruits. Fruits equals to, it is also a sequence. So we will talk about this later. So fruits is equals to banana, apple and mango. So now we are using a for statement. Fruit is an iterative variable. Fruits is the sequence name. So this sequence is having some items. So first banana will be printed, and then apple is printed, and then mango is printed. So output will be current fruit is banana, current fruit is apple, current fruit is mango. Now let us understand nested loops. So if we are writing one loop inside another loop, then it is considered as nested loops. So syntax of the nested for loop statement is as follows. For iteration variable in sequence colon. Inside that again you are writing for iteration variable in sequence. And these statements belongs to this inner loop, and these statements belongs to this outer loop. So there are two for loops. One is outer for loop and one is inner for loop. Inner for loop will execute for every item in the sequence of outer loop. So nested while loop will be like this: while expression colon, while expression colon statements and statements. This is an inner while loop and it is an outer while loop. When outer while loop is true, you will enter into the inner while loop, and this inner while loop will execute n number of times. After completion of this while loop, it will go and it will iterate for the second time of the outer while loop. So this way it will execute until the outer while loop becomes false. Now let us see the program. We want to find the prime numbers from 2 to 50. So you can use while or for. Here I am using while loop, nested while loop. So initially I value equals to 2 and 2 is less than 25, right? So you are coming here, j is equals to 2. Now you are checking 2 is less than or equals to 2 by 2. 2 by 2 means it is giving the quotient value. So 2 by 2 is 1. So 2 is less than or equals to 1. This condition is false. So because this condition is false, it is not going to evaluate this statement. It will come here and print I is prime, that is 2 is prime. So again it will go, I value is incremented, now I becomes 3. 3 is less than 25, here it will come 2. 2 is less than or equals to 3 by 2, which is again wrong. So it will come here and print 3 is prime. Now I value becomes 4. So now it will come here, 4 is less than 25. So it will come here, j value is assigned 2. So 2 is less than or equals to 4 by 2. 4 by 2 means 2. So it is equal. So this condition is true. So it is coming here. It will check I mod j is not, if not I mod j, means if it is not true. But it is true. So it is not going to execute these statements, and it will go to this statement directly and it will take the next iteration. Without printing this particular statement, it will go to the next statement. So likewise, it is going to print all the prime numbers from 2 to 50. Now, break and continue statements and also else clauses on loops, how it will work. The break statement is used in the loop control statements such as while and for statements to terminate the execution of the loop. We have already learned this break statement in C language. In Python also it executes similar way like C. So when the keyword break is encountered inside any loop, and wherever the statement occurred, it will simply skip entire loop and passes to the statements available after the loop. Similarly, the syntax is simply break. The continue statement is used in a while and for statements to terminate only the current iteration of the loop. It will not skip the loop, but it will terminate the present executing iteration. So now see this. When the keyword continue is encountered inside any loop, compiler skips the remaining statements available after the continue statement and control reaches to the next iteration of the same loop. So syntax is continue semicolon, and loop statements may have an else clause also. It is executed when the loop terminates through exhaustion of the list, when the condition becomes false with while. When the for loop is used if the condition terminates through exhaustion of the list. So in while loop, when the condition becomes false, break will come out, but not when the loop is terminated by a break statement. When the loop is terminated by a break statement. Now see the example for letter in Python. This is the sequence. So, and each letter will be stored in the iterative variable, and you are going to check whether it is H. If this becomes H, you will be coming out of the loop. Otherwise, you are going to print the letter. So, P, Y, T will be printed, but H onwards it won't print anything. So, output will be like P, Y and T. But if you are using continuous statement in place of break, it will not print this letter, but it will print the remaining letters except H. So output will be like P, Y, T, but H is not printed, but remaining statements like O, N are printed. Whereas in break, O, N are also not printed. Range function. The range function is used to iterate over a sequence of numbers. So there will be a range and you want to use your for loop to execute n number of times. Then you can use a range function. And it generates list containing arithmetic progressions. Now let us see range of 10. That means it will provide the values 0 to 9. But it won't print, it won't give the value in the list as 10. Now second example, range 5, 10. That means it will give 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values were given between 5 and 10, but no excluding 10. And also we can use the length function along with the range function. You can combine these two to iterate over the index of a sequence. So A is equals to Mary had a little lamb. So these are the sequences. For I in the range, length of A, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length of A is 5. So print I, comma A of I. Then it will print 1 as Mary. Sometimes it will start from 0. So 0 as Mary, 1 as had, 2 as A, 3 as little, 4 as lamb. Now see the next example for n in the range 2, 10, for x in the range 2, n. If n mod x equals to 0, print n, equals x into n by x, break. Otherwise print n is a prime number. So what it is taking? N value when it is 2, it will come to the internal for loop. So now x value becomes 2. Now 2 mod 2 is equals to 0, right? So it will print n, that is 2, equals 2 and n by x. Okay, so this way it will execute. So it will execute and then it will come to the next iteration 3 and 4 and 5, like this it will print. So 4 mod x, so n value becomes 4, then you are going to start from 2, 3, 4 in x. So 4 mod 2 equals to 0, then it will print 4 equals to 2 into 2, and it will not execute the next statement. Okay, so 5 is a prime number, so it will not execute. This statement will become false, so it will come here and it will print. So pass statement is used when there is one more statement called pass. It is used in a statement that required syntactically, but we do not want any command or code to execute. The pass statement is a null operation. It won't do any operation. So when you are using pass statement, nothing happens when it executes. See an example. So for letter in Python, if letter equals to H, pass. Earlier we have seen break. When we are using break in place of pass, I would able to print PYT. When we were using continue in place of pass, we could able to print PYTON. But what happens if I am using pass? So here the output will be like this. So it is printing P, then it is printing Y, it is printing T, then it is saying this is a pass block. After that again it is printing H, then it is printing O, and this is printing N. That means nothing actually has happened. This is all about today's class, students. So with this we have completed all the control statements in Python program. Please do practice nested loops, while loop, for loop and nested loops along with else statement as well as pass statement, so that you can understand break, continue, else clauses, how it will work along with nested loops as well as normal loops. Have a nice time. Have a good time at home. Be safe. Stay at home. Don't go outside right now. Please. Take care.